What's up, everyone? This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm going to try to break down Kell Brook versus Errol Spence. This is not an easy fight to break down, mainly because they both have weak resumes. Now, yeah, Kell Brook's resume is better. It is better. And I don't know anyone that could argue against that. Yeah, the reason why he has his belt, because he won it off undefeated Sean Porter. And that goes a long way for me. While Errol Spence, his best opponent is Chris Algieri, a junior welterweight that was thrown around like a rag doll by Pacquiao. It was a good fight for Errol Spence in a way, but it's nothing to brag about. This is a step in the right direction, though. Fighting Kell Brook. I'm kind of surprised that Kell Brook didn't get a tune-up fight, though. I don't know how that broken orbital bone will factor into this fight. But I do know that when, let's say, you got Margarito, who had the same injury by Pacquiao, he was never the same after. So I guess it's kind of smart by Errol Spence to ask for the fight and demand the fight right after that big injury. But breaking down this fight, Kell Brook is a very accurate fighter. He reminds me, just based on the way he punches and the way he stands, he reminds me a lot of Shane Mosley. And Kell Brook has power. He's got speed. I think his best attribute, based on what I've seen, is his inside fighting. He fights well on the inside. And Errol Spence, on the other hand, is a very good outside fighter. He fights well from a distance. And I wonder how this fight will play out. I think it's going to come down to who sets the pace, who controls the fight, who controls the distance. I think Errol Spence might have an advantage on height and also reach. So it might be best for Errol Spence to just fight on the outside, do what he keeps doing, and maybe come out with the win. But I wouldn't recommend for him to go in there and try to rush Kell Brook and put too much pressure, and he's going to end up getting caught with a counter, because that's one of the best things that Kell Brook does is land counters. He's very good at countering punches. One thing you can't say about Kell Brook is he's got a chin. He was able to, he lasted in there as long as he could against a middleweight. The only reason why they stopped the fight is because of a fracture on his eye, not because he was knocked down. Nothing. He wasn't knocked down. He ended the fight on his feet. And that's why, resumes are very important. Who have you fought and what happened in that fight, because it tells a story. It tells you what's in the DNA of the fighter. Makes it easier to predict and to say what's going to happen next. With Errol Spence, who the fuck knows? He could have a glass chin. He can have an iron chin, right? You don't know. We don't know. We haven't seen him tested yet. And at this age, he should be. Especially, being with Mayweather, being with Al Heyman. Getting notable fights should not be that difficult, especially when you have huge in-house fights that you could make. I think Kell Brook, he's a good fighter, but his resume is nothing to be proud of either. I think that, most of his first couple fights, half of his career is fighting just complete bums, complete bums, complete bums. So to be honest, I'm not really gonna predict anything. I think this is right now a 50-50 fight because I've seen them fight before, but I feel like I still don't know them. You know what I mean? I still don't know them, and we'll find out. We'll find out what they're made of. This is a step in the right direction. I'm not going to predict who wins the fight because I honestly I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's a toss-up. Anyone can win. Um, but this will bring them a lot of... Well, not them. Kell Brook won't really earn much winning this fight. But Errol Spence has a lot to win. Has a lot more to win. Just because Errol Spence isn't really known here in the States, while Kell Brook is at least somewhat popular in, in his home country. So this could at least get Errol Spence some new fans. He might win some people over, but when it's all said and done, as long as they put on a good fight, I think they'll both come out winning. What do you guys think? Who do you got winning? And why? This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.